Welcome back, family. Welcome to the Reiki Healing Hope Community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom. I am Jessica. I'm a Reiki Master Practitioner and Intuitive, and today we're going to talk about how do you find a Reiki Master near you. So for those who would like an in-person session of a Reiki energy healing session, this is how you find the right person, because it's almost like having a personal trainer or having a doctor or being a part of a social group. All of these things have the same thing in common. You want it to be a good fit. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do some hand movements, some saging, just as we're having this talk. It's just informative to let you know if you want to take next steps and next actions, how to find what to do. It may seem really new or mysterious, or you might click on the first link you see at Google when you Google it or YouTube it. But this is what you do. So step number one, I'm going to tell you what I did. I went to my local crystal, esoteric, mystical, magic shop, whatever you want to call it. It's a shop that sells stones and healing stuff and meditation stuff. So a lot of places have that. So this is specifically advice for an in-person session. So I went to that shop. I had no clue what Reiki was. I wasn't looking for it, but you know how the universe is. When you're ready to receive, it shows up and it gives you the opportunity to say yes or say no. So I was specifically looking for a medium because I wanted to connect with ancestors. So this has been my fascination for, I feel like, the last 7 to 10 years, wanting to connect with ancestors. But I was a little apprehensive of trying to do things on my own, only because from an energetic sense, I didn't want to call in the wrong stuff. So I was just looking for a professional who could help me do that. And so when I got to the shop, which is called, I live outside of Washington, D.C., so the shop is called Sacred Circle. It's in Old Town, Virginia. When I got there, I went to Old Town, Alexandria, Virginia. When I got there, I saw that there was someone who specialized in past life regression readings. So I said, okay, I'm really interested in that. I went to go talk to her. Her name is Alicia Jones, and she was my first experience of having a Reiki healing session, and she became my teacher as well. So number one, Alice is super nice. She gives off tremendous grandma vibes, which she is, but she at that time was 73 and she just was full of life. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, whatever she got, I'm trying to figure this out. So I went to see her for a reading for a past life regression, really enjoyed that. Came back for a second time, and it was either the second or third time that I came back, I made the decision. I was like, hey, I'm really interested in learning about Reiki. And it was that third time that she gave me that Reiki session, and I enjoyed it. It was just so informative in the way that she does her sessions. She does it in a kind of way that she teaches you as she's performing the session. So I'm really interested. I was like, can I take your level 1 teacher training? And so she was like, yeah, go ahead and go for it. So I took the first training, really enjoyed it, took the second one, took the following one, and really enjoyed it. And what it was for me at the time is it gave me the opportunity to really go in and do that soul work that I was looking to do, and I needed a system to do it. And it connected all the other healing modalities that I had experience with before, and it allowed me as a Reiki practitioner to utilize these other things I knew within the Reiki session. So the advice I give to you is that if you are looking to go through a teacher training or just looking for an energy healing session, I recommend first starting at your local crystal shop and just asking them, "Hi, do you have Reiki practitioners?" Or you could say, "Hi, are you teaching a course?" And if they say, "No, I don't have practitioners, but we are teaching a course," that's a good thing, because you can always ask who's teaching the course and you can go to them for your Reiki healing. Now, don't feel limited. Don't feel like you just have to go to a Reiki healing session. There are tons of healing modalities that could be perfect for you in that one moment. So be open to that. Even if you want to try out other healing modalities and you eventually want to be a Reiki healer, that's okay. There's so many other things out there too, and I encourage you to explore, explore, explore. So once you get in contact, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, of course, Google Reiki near me, or Reiki masters, Reiki practitioners near me, and then just start to see if there are any reviews. If there's any Google reviews, maybe Yelp, but definitely Google reviews, if they're associated with any kind of crystal shops or anything like that, because you want to know that this person is consistent, that they have the right energy, and more than like the most important part is that when you go to meet this person, you want to know that your energy matches. I don't know how many people that I've met that are like fantastic at what they do, but the energy just doesn't match. So I can't pursue it. And I'm sure people feel that way about me. Like, okay, that's not the energy, and that's okay. So go and you try it out. You do your Google search. Now, you might be in a situation where you're like, look, I don't want to go outside my house. I don't want to do any of that. So that's when you get into the distant and the remote healing sessions. So when I first started as a healing practitioner, I did both distance and I did both physical sessions. And for my actual like balance in life and like life work balance, I switched to doing majority, if not all, online distance healing, because I feel like I can help more people and I can work more efficiently that way. So if you're looking for a healing session online, you can always look in the description box. I'm there, I'm available. You don't have to use me. There are other people out there. One person I like to follow a lot on YouTube is the Lunanate. She's a really, really awesome Reiki practitioner. She's also a teacher too, so teaching others how to heal. But it's not just her, it's just tons of people out there who can help you in the online and distance as well. So if it makes you feel better, you're like, oh, well, I want, is it going to be as strong distance wise? Of course, it is going to be as strong distance wise. There's one thing, about having an in-person experience and having the physical touch. So that might be something that you're like, look, that's what I'm into. That's what I want. So then you go that path. But it's another thing on an energetic level. The energy is the same. The ability to use, harness, create these reactions within your body that stimulate healing. That's going to be the same, regardless of your physical or if you're going to be in a distance session. And there are things that you have to do. So I noticed that in a physical session, people feel really, really good, but then they never do the aftercare. But in a distance session, people feel good, and then they also feel like, well, let me do this aftercare too. So they feel that good feeling for a longer period of time. So it's less of going to your practitioner to make you feel better in the moment, and more of like using that practitioner to help you heal, and then you having the power, the autonomy, the assertiveness to continue to go on in your path and heal more and choose other practitioners and decide to be a practitioner yourself or explore other things. And that's just kind of like the path to the online aspect of it. Now you can also heal yourself. Sometimes we need other people to kind of give us a nudge in the direction, but you are perfectly capable of initiating that response yourself. You can utilize Reiki techniques, other techniques to practice on yourself. And all it takes is the belief and the trust that you can do it. Even if it's a little wobbly in the beginning, belief, trust, consistency, you're going to get there. And I do recommend that if you are going to take the route of healing yourself, that you incorporate nutrition and or herbs into your practice. The reason why, the quickest way to change how you're feeling is two things. It's being, aware and in control of being in control of your thoughts and feelings, meaning if something happens to you that you are perceiving as a negative thing, are you in control of how you choose to react? That's one thing. You can learn to balance that out through Reiki, through meditation, through yoga, through these things. But the other way to instantly, if not very quickly, change how you feel is through what you eat. When you eat foods that are right for you, when you eat foods that are as whole and as natural as they possibly can be, and you get consistent in it, you're going to start feeling energy much quicker. Now, don't get me wrong, if you just go all the way in, you might have a detox period. And in anything, even in healing, you can have the healing crisis, which is your body is having a detox effect. So you just feel like, ooh, you're letting things go. And that's just your body letting these things go. Same thing in your digestive system, you're letting it go. But over prolonged use, it's going to be great. So know that you have resources in front of you, period. Some that cost money, some that do not cost any money. Okay? And you have the power to make those choices. My greatest intention is just to empower you to feel like and to know that you are in control of your healing. You are in control of your life. It doesn't require me to be in your life every day, though I love to be in your life every day. All it requires is you having the trust, the faith, and the belief that the right things will show up. And just have that feeling. So this is essentially how you find a Reiki practitioner near you to use. And you can use a combination of these, only a few. Reach out to me if you have a little bit more questions. ReikiHealingHope@gmail.com. You can also sign up for an online live healing session. And to speak a little bit more of the distance healing, there's two things. There's a distance healing session where you don't see the practitioner and they're working on you at a specific time and they tell you to do something at a specific time. You may communicate via text or you may communicate via phone call. The sessions that I do online live. So we get on Zoom or Google Hangouts or whatever, and we go through this session together. So I do this session live. You see me, you see my face, you see all of this, and then we talk through your goals and what it is that you want, and we go over your aftercare and how you are going to continue to move forward in your life and those things you want to do. I'm so excited for Julia, who won our giveaway in December. She's definitely working through her path and just being the light and the love that she needs to be. Let's all give her the encouragement as she's going through her life in these sessions and just her creativity. But just letting you know that these resources are available to you. Now, last but certainly not least, I'm going to shout this out in another video too. But thank you to whomever sent me the Sacred Woman, the Queen Afua book. I love Queen Afua and I think she is wonderful, and this book just is so beautiful. So I'll definitely be sharing that Sacred Woman energy from Queen Afua and with community. But just want to send a thank you. I didn't get a note, so maybe you want to be anonymous, but I just want to let you know thank you. And I appreciate anything donated to community. These are all the tools that I used. All of these things are tools that I use to continue this session on. But until next time, take care of yourself. I really, really hope this helped you if you're looking for a practitioner. And, if no one said it to you, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I love you. And this is a new year. So go ahead and say, I love myself, own that power, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you want to keep watching, click on the box